Imagine waking up every day to a world that tells you you're free, but all it really hands you is a worn-out rulebook. A world that claims to reward greatness, but instead celebrates being average, mediocre, safe. You grind harder, push further, dream bigger, and yet you feel entrapped, like you're running faster just to stay in the same place. That frustration, that gnawing feeling deep in your gut that says, "This can't be all there is not a glitch in your system. It is the system itself, whispering its lies. It is the quiet, deadly trap of comfort disguised as freedom, a cage built from convenience and consent." Now, hear this. What drives progress is not comfort, not following the crowd, not fitting into neat boxes drawn by institutions scared of change. Progress, real, unstoppable progress, comes from the edges, from the rebels who refuse to settle, who burn with a fire no rulebook can contain. These are the entrepreneurs, the investors, the thinkers, the leaders who dare to say, "I will not be defined by a system that limits me. I will rewrite the rules." These few aren't just shaping their futures. They're shaping what the future even means. Look around. The world is flooded with noise, voices telling you who to be, how to succeed, what to believe. But that noise is cheap. It is empty. True power, the kind that turns ideas into movements and movements into revolutions, lies in rare connections forged not by accident, but by design. It's in the partnership between those who see beyond themselves, who grasp that no individual alone can change the game, but a network of aligned, fiercely independent minds can do the impossible. The system wasn't made for you. It was made against you. But you don't have to accept that. Capitalism is that operating system where the individual, unleashed and unapologetic, moves first and fastest. It's the code that rewards the daring and punishes the faint-hearted. It's messy, chaotic, brutal, but it is also relentlessly honest. Unlike systems that smooth over differences to create false unity, capitalism thrives on contrast, on competition, on the grind that forges diamonds out of pressure. It is the engine that fueled every breakthrough, every innovation, every leap forward in history. The second you forget that, you lose not just your edge, but your chance to shape what's next. It's understandable to be exhausted by the spinning wheel beneath your feet, to want to throw your hands up and blame the world for being unfair. But here's the brutal truth. The world doesn't owe you comfort. It doesn't owe you rules that protect the weak or safe paths that guarantee success. What it offers is opportunity, raw, unfiltered, waiting for those bold enough to seize it. And capitalism is the most powerful tool we have to grab that chance, to turn dreams into reality, ideas into assets, visions into empires. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the gates to open. The gates are an illusion. The real gatekeeper is yourself, the voice inside that either whispers, "I can" or "I can't." Capitalism listens to no one but those who choose to wield their will as their weapon. It doesn't reward excuses. It celebrates results. It's ruthless, unforgiving, but it's also pure freedom for those who take it seriously. You can solve the problems that keep most founders awake at night, the fears of failing, of not finding the right partners, of getting stuck in mediocrity, by breaking out of the false security of comfort. Surround yourself with those few who burn as you do, not the many who settle for safe. Build relationships not for networking's sake, but for synergy's sake, because aligned brilliance combined is unstoppable. Those connections unlock resources, insights, and power beyond any single individual. That is the capitalist edge they won't teach in classrooms. Take the risk to be painfully honest with yourself. Question everything, every assumption, every piece of advice, every metric you trust, without understanding why it matters. The real edge lives in ruthless critical thinking. Do not settle for popular opinions or easy answers. Go deeper. Reject the smooth narratives that pacify the masses and embrace the raw, sometimes uncomfortable truths that put you ahead of the pack. Don't fall for the trap that patience means waiting passively for success to arrive. Patience with capitalism means playing the long game, sharpening your skills, cultivating your vision, and trusting in the compounding power of relentless effort aligned with clear purpose. It means knowing that while overnight success stories make headlines, the real legends master their craft in silence, evolve continuously, and strike precisely when their moment arrives. Remember, capitalism is not a perfect system. It is brutal but fair. It does not dolly out participation trophies or tell you that good intentions are enough. It demands you show up, stand out, and deliver value in a world hungry for solutions, not excuses. You are not here to seek comfort. You are here to claim what is yours: sovereignty over your path, freedom to innovate, power to create. This is your inheritance, waiting to be claimed by those willing to shape it with courage. If you felt the sting of invisibility, the sting of being misunderstood, isolated by a world too rigid or small to hold your vision, know this: the capitalist system, at its best, is the framework where your uniqueness becomes an asset, not a liability. When you align with others who share that fervor, that burn rather than bend attitude, you create a network too powerful to ignore. This is the force that breaks down barriers and builds realities that others say are impossible. The world's greatest breakthroughs were never about playing it safe or following trends. They were acts of rebellion, people who refused the so-called truths handed down, who tore down walls and rebuilt in their own image. That is the heart of capitalism, not a cold machine of profit, but a living, breathing system that rewards the boldest acts of creation, risk, and defiance. If you carry within you that silent, unbearable tension, that whisper screaming that you are meant for more, it is more than frustration. It is a signal. It's the fuel of progress, and capitalism is the tool to channel it. Harness it now, before the comfort of the status quo dulls that edge forever. Find those few who ignite you, who challenge you, who push you further and demand more, because with them, the future isn't a distant hope. It is a certainty. Forget the lies that say freedom is safe, easy, or guaranteed. True freedom is messy. It is the chaos before order, uncertainty before mastery, struggle before triumph. Embrace that mess, own that struggle. Capitalism is not a chain, it is a key. The question isn't if you will use it, but when, and the moment is now. There are no easy answers, no secret shortcuts, only one promise. If you refuse to be caged by false comforts, if you commit to the relentless pursuit of your vision, if you connect fiercely and critically with those who share your fire, you will not only change your world, you will change the world itself. That's the true operating system of progress, and it is waiting for you to start again and again, better and bolder than ever before.